What's good, everyone? Welcome back for another session. I had a chance to play around with these units for a little bit, and my god, these guys are absolute monsters. It's ridiculous how good these guys are. Now, I will say, with that being said, pre-super attack for some of these units, defensive liability in some cases, but I literally went into the cell version of the ultimate red zone, so it wasn't necessarily an easy stage per se that I'm mentioning that, but outside of that, these guys were, I mean, as the title suggests, I was really trying to come up with a word that would describe these units, and ballistic is probably the best way to put it, because these guys go from like 0 to 120 very, very quickly. I like, if I had to go with the car analogy, the acceleration on these units are just nuts for me. Starting off, they're modest. We're talking. It's kind of crazy that we're in the state of Dokkan now, where I'm literally describing modest output of attack of like 5 to 6 million. But that's in the pre-transformation before Vegito Blue, and then once you see the transformation, I mean, it just quickly escalates. Is probably the best way to put it. Within the couple of rotations toward the back end of the battle, I was actually shook at, the overall stats that they were putting out. Even on paper, I did not expect that kind of results with the EZA once, went live. So I was shocked. It was actually quite mind-blowing how high some of the numbers were. So it really does indicate where we're headed in terms of, the state of Dokkan battle, and the enemies have to adjust accordingly, because the stats are just getting a little bit out of hand at this point. But yeah, I don't know if it's the same reaction that you guys had that I did, but once I finished through the EZAs and actually started building some proper teams around it to test it out, it was just, yeah, it was a little bit breathtaking in a sense. So I think with that being said, they definitely did roll out the EZAs very, very well, and executed that pretty flawlessly, for lack of better words. I mean, they're just that good. I know in the past we've seen, like, according to the years, like pretty broken EZAs. Like, I think the one recently that I can think of is the intelligence type Ultra Instinct Goku. When they first announced that EZA with the 6-year anniversary, that was pretty nuts in itself. And then we've had a variety of EZAs since then. That's really been up the ante in terms of the overall output. So yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you're seeing the numbers now. Easily 9 million range. Vegito Blue obviously will super attack like a motherfucker, for lack of better words. I mean, it's actually quite ridiculous how even in a state like red zone, like the HP levels sometimes might not even be enough. So that really just suggests what kind of units these are. Defense wise, pre super attack, like I said at the beginning of the video, they can certainly take some damage, but afterwards their defense can definitely get there. Pre super attack, once they're fully transformed, a little bit built up, I've seen their defense anywhere from 350k to like upwards of 490k or something like that. And obviously the biggest thing about this is I didn't even include any support units that are floating in the rotations here. So it's kind of scary. I mean, if I added in a floater support, how high these numbers could even be. So I'm certainly going to be playing around with this quite a bit. But I mean, you've got full HP with the AGL type of cell right here, and TEQ Vegito Blue is pretty much just gonna shred through the HP here. I mean, 13.8 million stats, and you've got a lot of super attacks coming up afterwards. So yeah, it really is a little bit mind-blowing how good they actually made these guys. I'm very, very happy and satisfied. Don't get me wrong. It's just that crazy to me. I mean, you're getting multiple super attacks, and you're getting upwards of like 10 million on the additional supers. Like, it's pretty nuts. It really is. It kind of scares me of what kind of events are coming up down the road, to keep up with this stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, that's how mind-blowing this stuff is. I certainly had a very, very good time, testing these units out. So Yeah, it's quite nuts. I'm actually quite curious what you guys are thinking as well. I mean, I'm pretty damn happy with the overall end product of this, and I'm assuming majority of the players, if not 99.9% of the players, are pretty happy about this. Again, the only thing is, like, you know, before the super attack activates, these guys might be taking some hits, but outside of that, you know, even with the post super attacks, like depending on the enemy, you'll still take some hits. But overall, I mean, these guys are just, it's in the realms of like the Kaioken Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku EZA. You know, you'll take the hits, but you're definitely going to be dishing out a lot of damage too. So that's probably in a nutshell the best way to explain it. But I absolutely love the EZAs for these guys, so I am fully content, and I am definitely going to be playing around a little bit more. I was just curious what you guys thought, so certainly let me know in the comments. But yeah, these guys are absolutely fucking nuts.